Pleasure.
Hi guys, Jason Barker from Team EXT here doing my first place UK Games Expo singles profile on Son Goku Bonds of Friendship. Yeah, so to start off, the profile, obviously leader, we all know what the leader does. Insane leader, pluses for days, no need to swing, increased damage when you swing on unawakened leaders as opposed to your leader being technically 15k or is 15k. Gets to awaken at 6 when you've got a vanilla in the bin. That again, insane again. Um, on the awakened side, we've got the activate main where you can reveal your board, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Um, Again, absolutely insane. You can't really argue with that. Also, when you combo with a vanilla card once per turn, it gives it an extra 5k combo power. So a great leader to start with. So 3 double strike champer. This card won me so many games at the expo. It's crazy when you just go in with any card and just give it double strike at the end of it. And if they haven't got 2 energy active for a god strike, and they can't out combo you, which with this deck usually they won't. You just take the game there. I would change it for the Kai. I just didn't have the Kai. But I am going to get myself some and make sure I remember to declare that double strike. Um, Next one, awakening, just in case your opponent's choosing not to awaken you, i.e., something like I don't know, U7 Freezer, Height of Mastery Victory Strike, or Broly Height of Mastery Victory Strike might choose not to as well. You've got your own Self Awakening. Also, it's really good against the Broly BR matchup for having being able to awaken, being able to put pressure on, and obviously not leave a card on board for them to use their leader to pop. That's actually really, really good. And it's a blue. If you don't need it for any matchup, you can just charge it as blue energy. Played these both at 3 of. I just didn't think I needed them anymore. I wouldn't put them in at any less. I know a lot of players play 2 Jumper or 2 Kai. I really like the 3. I saw it very, very often. And as I said, it took me so many games. Um, the striving to be the best Son Goku really good in theory. I didn't use it much at this tournament because I didn't play against much that it was good against. Um, it was better in teams when I played in teams because obviously I faced a mirror match, and obviously we know what it does to the mirror match, makes them be able to swing with 30Ks and the big guys, and it would have been good against Broly veggies as well, or any form of veggies as well because they're 2 or less. So, and it's a blue. So yeah, that's the idea behind that guy. Just the 2 I didn't need anymore, so I did it out most games for other things that I needed. 3 of each of the Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, both vanillas, 20k Krillin targets, Gogeta targets, and they're also Android 8 targets, and Goku, you can use them in the drop area to awaken. A lot of people run 4 lines, 4-4. I just, again, I thought it was unnecessary. I didn't need the extra 2 cards for no reason. Gogeta wasn't my win con, it was just there if I wanted to. So these cards were just I felt 10 vanillas in the whole deck, including the Deborah, was absolutely enough. Chose Deborah over Great Saiyaman just because I just prefer the look of him. I like him more. Think he's cooler, and just to be able to run Deborah in something was just pretty fun. Um, the 7 drop Gogeta. This card is incredible if you get it off. Just the one of I didn't need anymore. I wouldn't play anymore. Some decks play 2. You don't need it. The deck gains enough advantage without needing this. You can whittle your opponent's hand down just by being aggressive enough, and them having to out combo your leader on the unawakened side, and having to out combo your extra 10Ks when you combo a vanilla, etc. So the hand goes down low enough anyway. This is just that little bit of extra spice where they've got a lot of cards. You're against a mirror match and you get there first and just down to 3. Swing, triple attack, triple strike, sorry, deflect barrier. But it's crazy. And if you haven't awakened for some bizarre reason, then again, you can use it to awaken yourself. Bands of Friendship Android 8, obviously crazy card. I would play it a 4 of, at least 3 of. Auto, when you play the card, you search for a vanilla off the top 7 cards of your deck. Most of the time, this card did not whiff. You'll get some occasions where it does, obviously running less of the vanilla line, but most of the time I was absolutely fine. When you not when you combo with a Kid Goku, but when a Kid Goku leaves your battle area or is KO'd, you get to pop something as well. So the more of these guys you have on board, the better. It wouldn't change his card. It's insane. And then the bread and butter of the deck, the little Son Goku, the adventure begins. What do I need to say about this card? It's a generic +1 every single turn. Use your leader, it's a +2 every single turn, and then you can summon a guy, so potential +3 every turn, just because you get the ball +1. You use a leader +2. You summon a guy +3. And then if you want to combo with it, you can neg your opponent as well. So it can be amazing. Usually you want to keep him on board if your opponent's got nothing to clear it, just to keep gaining that hand advantage and keep grabbing balls from your drop and being able to just combo with them for no reason and then add back or from your deck. Definitely a 4 of. Don't change that. Training Buddy Krillin. Crazy card. I keep saying 15k, summons a 20k or less from your drop, and minuses one of your opponent's battle cards by 5k. Insane. I wouldn't use it less than 3. It just popped a lot of different problems, i.e. Borgos. Not a massive problem, but it still just gets rid of 5k combo and something that's stopping you using, say, Senzu being in the main for free. It kills Dark Power Mass Saiyans, even though that did nothing to me at all. It still kills them. It just gets rid of anything, or it makes something easier to beat over if you're having a hard time killing something. You don't usually, but just in case, yeah, it makes something easy to beat over. Really, really good card. Really good for aggressive plays as well. Say turn 2, you just go nuts with X amount of attacks, and your opponent can't handle it when they're tapped out on one energy tapped out, and they're a 10k leader. Super combo, I chose Temporal over Grandpa Go. No, it's not Grandpa Go, it's Roshi, sorry. I just didn't have a lot of overwhelm in the deck. I had the Demigra, and that's it. Usually getting 5 cards in my drop area was a simple enough task. If I didn't have 5 cards, it's still 10k. I saw no downside to it. The Roshi, I'd rather not go to 4 life if I don't have to, just to use my super combos. A majority of the games I played, I wasn't below 4 life. I was at 5 or 6. So this one was actually better for me. I found it better with testing with my friend as well. Ridge Fever, check out him as well. Next card was a beast of a card. I absolutely love this card. A secret rare Demigra, obviously combos with your opponent's hand. What's not to love? It's Overrealm, Dark Overrealm, sorry, 7. Drop this down, triple strike, 40k, swing, look at your opponent's hand whether they negate or not, and take 4 cards to combo with as long as they're battle cards. It just gives you advantage. You know what they have. You can play around the cards that they have, and even if they negate it, they've lost 5 cards. You lose the swing, yeah, but they've lost 5 cards if they have that many cards in hand, and most decks have less cards in hand than you do. So that is such a punish when they've been over comboing to stay alive anyway. He is crazy, and if you get to turn 5, you pretty much win. I don't think I lost when I got to turn 5 with Demigra. Extra cards for Senzu. I don't need to explain Senzu. Attack or defense, insane, increases your plays. You can play more 1-drops, more 2-drops combo into this. You can defend your life a lot easier. Your opponent getting over a 20k leader as opposed to getting over a 15k leader is just so much different. They have to combo upwards with most 15k battle cards or less. So really, really good. I would definitely always run it at 4 in any deck that includes blue. Whis Coercion. My teammate Nathan Hills played this at 1. That's his choice. It was probably a good decision for him. I really, really liked it at 2, though. I mean, 6 negates might seem excessive, but the 6 negates came in handy a lot, especially against, say, something like a Gogeta Shenron matchup, which was a really, really hard matchup for me. This card just put in work. So did the Power Burst, obviously at 4. With the Whis, you untap an energy, so you'd lose nothing by playing it because you've probably got X amount of cards in hand, and Power Burst it can be a +1 negate. You take a card from your life, and then you add a card from your drop, which is one of your 1-drops, and then your opponent knows you've got the play next turn, so they're a bit wary, they're a bit more worried about it. If not, you can tap one and still gain your 1-drop back from the battle, from the drop or the warp, which I saw on a stream someone said about me getting it from the warp. Yeah, this card can do that. It's insane. So even if you overwhelm your cards, they're still usable. And Fireball, I wanted to see it. If I didn't see the Kid Goku, it just gave me more opportunity to draw on my own Awakened side and my Awakened side. If I saw this, great. If I saw the Goku, obviously better, but like you've got 9 chances of being able to draw on your first turn. It's really, really good. And also being 10k for your vanillas is insane. You can put a 30k guy to 40k on say turn 2 with a Kid Goku, and your opponent's not going to defend a 40k, even if it's single strike or not. They're just not going to defend it. Side deck was 2 group leader Pilaf. Now, I know people have been using Godstrike because it's a combo stepper card, and I get the advantages of that. You don't have to use your counter window, just in case they bad ring you, and then it's done. But this was a 1-drop, and it was blue, so if it was useless, it was a 1 blue energy for me, and if it wasn't, it saved me. Against Gogeta Shenron, they swung with the 5-drop Gogeta. This was in top 8. Swung with the 5-drop Gogeta. I had 1 blue active energy. He used the Shenron to give it crit, so it was double strike crit. I was on 8 life still. He swung. I Pilafed the crit off and took the 2 life, so I gained the 2 cards that I would have lost. And then I was able to awaken on a turn 4 with Kid Goku, which I don't even need to explain how good awakening on a turn 4 is. Like the amount of energy you can get to use is crazy good. I wouldn't really change it. I didn't really need to change it. I just thought it was a good little addition to take away. Sneaky little things, triple strike, triple attack, crit, double strike, anything you could just take away. One Mafuba, this was the last sort of minute choice, just a filler card, even though the idea behind it was for Victory Strike or anything big that I couldn't or would have a hard time dealing with. Something with barrier, i.e. the triple strike Gogeta, anything like that, it would be great against, because I can't pop those cards with my cards. They're really, really big, and if I can't get rid of them, usually next turn they're going to sort of demolish me with a triple strike attack or something. So never came up really very much, but I did side it in against certain matchups. 2-time control Cronoa, self-explanatory. Draw a card, Shigesh is gone, or they don't get to summon cards off Shigesh, because the Victory Strike matchup, a little bit difficult for this if you can't awaken, and if you've got this to stop their Shigeshes, then it makes it a little bit easier for you, because they don't get any advantage off that. They can't just summon a Path to Greatness and rest your cards like Sandy did in teams against me. Thanks, Sandy. Heavenly Wizard Demigra, 2 of. This was ideally for Broly, BR the start deck Broly. Combo this card, if they've got 3 or less energy, it just pops their guys, and making them pop their guys with a 5k combo is insane. Like, it just alleviates so much pressure off you. Really, really fun as well to use. Never used it because I never faced Broly, but in theory it was great. Haru was a clutch card in a lot of games. Playing this card when you've tapped 1 for a Goku and then tapping 3 for this and getting that energy back is free advantage, and it's crit. It fills the drop if you need it for something like Demigra or Gogeta, and it makes plays. It's insane. We don't need to go into that. Shinhan, blue decks, mainly Janemba. I sided it in. I never saw it. I didn't even need to see it, if I'm honest. It was a fine matchup for me, but I just thought this would be good for stopping there, untapping. The 2 Bardoks, again, Broly. I could use Banisher Fu too, but this gets rid of everything, and it was free, so I didn't have to tap anything. So I just thought this would be a great little card just to get rid of them again. Didn't come across Broly. And then the Massaian, difference between myself and Nathan Hills was the fact that he had the Massaian in the main board, I think. and I had it in the sideboard. This card was insane against mirror matches, only in Team Wars, but the theory is they've got a lot of one drops on board. You summon this guy, pop all their guys, they have to use their abilities in order. Obviously, they can send the Kid Goku first. The only card that gets destroyed is this card, and then you've tapped one energy and overwhelmed, and then you've still got multiple plays you can make. So yeah, I'd change the side a bit. I might put something like Killy Zones in just to guarantee the Harus, because like if you can't guarantee it, it's one Bloodlust that you just tap 3 energy and you're usually going to be tapped out, and that's a bad situation for anyone. Uh, in Swiss, I went against Chile, Height of Mastery. I 2-0'd that deck. They went nuts on me into one with the Oob. I've never played against the deck. I haven't read up on the deck. So when they Ooed me after I summoned my one drop, I was like, okay, right, that's what that does. And they filled their drop. I learned not to do that. I didn't lose the game. Obviously, they couldn't outcombo me with their victory strike. So I just went from there and finished the game off. Um, the next game was Broly Height of Mastery / Victory Strike again. Game one, I went in with the Gogeta. I was like, they had 2 negates in their drop area, the Whis negates that have Spark in. They had 2 in their drop. I thought RNG, the probability of them getting another one of those in 3 cards is very, very slim. So I probably have game here. I used its auto, used its ability, took them to 3. They were on 3 life and they got the negate. So I lost that game. But then the other 2, I just sided in the stuff I needed and just went nuts from there. Third game was Dende Freezer. This was the same guy I faced in the top 16. Very nice guy, very good player. He just, every time he summoned a card from my hand with the Mecha Freezer, there was nothing you really wanted to summon. It's a very odd deck in that aspect. That what are you going to summon from the hand of mine that's going to cause me any disadvantage? There's not really much. And with the triple strike guy as well, that KOs your rest cards and rests all your active battle cards. That card didn't do much to me because I would just swing with the Kid Goku and then watch them try and get over it and use their resources before they could even summon that Freezer. Because if they summoned it and they KO'd my Kid Goku while I had the android on board, they lose their triple strike big threat, and it's pretty much for a one drop. It's just not worth it for them. Really, really good match though. 2-0'd that one, and then the next match was the same, different guy, same deck, same situation. Not really much to summon from my hand with their Mecha Freezers, and I gain so much advantage. They can't take that advantage away from me when they're taking cards in my hand, because taking one card from my hand is replaced at next turn by 2 or 3 cards and 30k swings. So that was my Swiss. So I went 4-0 in Swiss and I came fourth. The next match was again against the Dende Freezer. Same situation, just couldn't out advantage me, couldn't summon my cards without their autos triggering, etc. So yeah, he lost that. Really nice game, really good game, really clean game. Next one, Shenron Gogeta. Now this is one where it was a bit of a struggle. Game one, he put my hand to 3. I had 6 life. I hadn't awakened, and he basically put crit on his Gogeta and swung twice with crit triple attack 45k triple strike, and I just had no negates, and obviously I couldn't get the negates off my life either, so that just went nowhere. The next few games, I think he made a misplay by summoning the 5-drop Gogeta, and he chose my Kid Goku and Android 8 to switch to the bottom of the deck. What happened there is I obviously chose the Kid Goku first. Judge was called over. They didn't know. The head judge confirmed that I can choose the order because they're my cards in which they go to the bottom of the deck. So I chose the Kid Goku and popped his card basically, and then chose the android, and then I just went nuts from there. After that, you just couldn't gain the advantage back, and I double strike jumped. The next game, again, he didn't go and get into the Gogeta. It was just he has a lot of advantage through drawing, so he had a lot of cards in his hand too. But I just got there first, and basically he swung with his 5-drop. As I've said earlier in this profile, he's crit me. I take away the crit, gone to 6, and then just gone nuts on turn 4 and just gone crazy from there. really good game, really nice guy again, very, very chatty. Unfortunately, he spilled some stuff over his cards, but we won't talk about that. And then next game was U7 Freezer Victory Strike. He took game one with a Victory Strike. I couldn't out combo it because I just had a lot of cards I couldn't use in hand 10Ks. Second game, he didn't get Victory Strike, but regardless of whether he did, I could have out comboed it. So he had to go in with his triple strike guys and just lost from there. And I just went in with double strike jumper and it just took his life. Game three, he went in with Victory Strike. I out comboed it. Next turn, I think I went and won the game by double strike jumper again. So yeah, it was a really, really fun deck. I played that deck before myself, so I know pretty much the ins and outs of the deck. I played it at the London's Players Guild and came fifth with that one, so I'm pretty much 90% sure that the deck was very similar to mine, and I just know how to play it. So and I play against it, so that was a bit of an advantage for me. The final Janemba simple thing is I didn't use my leader on its awakened side very much. I awakened really early. I put pressure on really early, so they had to defend those 30k, 20k swings and use cards that I was giving them anyway. So I would give them life. They would have to use that for another 2 or 3 swings that they were getting on turn 2/3. By the time it got to turn 5, Demigra came out, swing with Demigra, empty their hand. Same again in game 2, swing with Demigra, empty their hand. Game over basically, triple strike. Uh, I didn't find the matchup that difficult because I know just don't draw very much, just don't mill through your deck very much. Use your Goku to add the balls and the vanillas from the drop, not the deck, to keep as many cards in your deck as possible and just go for that turn 5 win con because you can. Against most decks, it sometimes it's difficult, but against Janemba, they're playing for the same turns. They want later turns so they can go off with their AODs and their demon swords, etc., and have really good turns where they mill you for, let's say 10 cards. I don't know, but yeah, they want that sort of turn. They want it to get to a bit of a later game where they have a lot more pressure to put onto you. Unfortunately, I have the same amount of pressure to put on at that point. I can summon 1 drops, 2 drops, 3 drops, and then stuff like Demigra. Uh, that's the profile, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be uploading this soon, and I want to do a few shout outs to obviously Team EXT, Lewis O as well for putting this team together, and the whole judge team were incredible. Considering how some of the event went, they did an amazing job. I really, really enjoyed myself in singles and teams. All of the Team EXT were great, great guys, and I'm glad I get to play in a team with such skilled players. So thanks again, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So like and subscribe, and for more content, hopefully we can win more tournaments for you and put more profiles up. Also, first skillless Goku to win an event, which I'm pretty happy about. Thanks, guys. Bye.